Hello everyone, welcome once again to the Hindu Explainer series from Law Prep Tutorial. Very warm greetings from all of us. So as we draw closer to the examination for CLAT 2021, there is only very fine tuning of news that you need to be aware of, alright? And for candidates who are preparing for examinations beyond that, right? For you, it is the process of building up from the foundation. For candidates who are appearing right now, this year, in this month, what you need to be aware of is what you need to add from news that has been there. There is one incident that we need to be aware of, which has been in news. So let's dive straight into that. The news is the Bhima Koregaon accused violence case, that is Father Stan Swamy, tribal rights activist, has passed away at the Mumbai hospital. It is while he was accused under UAPA for hatching a conspiracy to assassinate the Prime Minister. Alright, this is the case from 2017 when the Maharashtra state was being governed by the party, that is the Bharatiya Janata Party. There was a memorial walk that had taken place. There was some violence that erupted. Post that violence, it was claimed that activists along with Father Stan Swamy were involved in hatching a conspiracy to assassinate the Prime Minister. Alright, now these charges were never proven, in the sense that the NIA for the past 2 years while Mr. Father Stan Swamy remained in jail furnished no real evidence to link him to the actual plan. Alright, this plan also was never really in the stage of ever completion. It never took place in the first place, and the ground under which he was remaining in jail is also contentious. Alright, so this is related to the UAPA and a Supreme Court judgment which called that as long as you are under trial of the UAPA charge, you cannot be granted bail. Mr. Father Stan Swamy, he had never even traveled to Maharashtra where the conspiracy was supposed to have been hatched. Alright, nevertheless, the bench on his passing away, while his bail application came up for hearing, stated, "This is a shocking news. We pass the order to take him to hospital of his choice. We have no words to express our condolences." It is in this regard, this provision of the UAPA has come under severe criticism. Alright, we have already discussed the Delhi High Court judgment, under which it granted bail, where the definition of a terrorist activity has also been defined. Alright, that terror is at a higher pedestal than crime. If crime is here, terrorism is here. And before a charge is confirmed and someone is kept in jail, you need to see whether the evidence placed before you is actually capable of making someone a terrorist activity. Alright, so therefore all those events that are interlinked, that is bail, wherein the principle that bail is the norm and jail is the exception, you are innocent until proven guilty, all of those norms and legal principles come into limelight, which can be asked either as one-liners or within your legal section of the CLAT examination, right? So those things become important as he has passed away. Alright, then the Supreme Court aghast that section 66A of the IT Act is still used. In 2015, in a famous case of Shreya Singhal versus Union of India, the Supreme Court had quashed section 66A of the Information and Technology Act. It was wherein someone could be imprisoned or content removed if it was flagged as objectionable. This, the court had held, was a violation of Article 19 of the Constitution, therein that this provision was too vague and too powerful and not proportionate to the fundamental right involved. Under this, anyone who posts anything could be put behind bars based on the ground that the content was objectionable. Alright, so the court had struck it down. However, the section continues to be printed in different mechanisms. When a section is declared unconstitutional, it does not appear in print. However, with section 66A, it is being continued to do so, and the court has now issued orders, right? So why we need to talk about it? It is once again in relation to fundamental rights, that is Article 19 and how your free speech cannot be curbed without reasonable restrictions. All right, that only when it is proportionate to the harm they can be restricted. All right, so then moving on to the editorial section of the newspaper. So the one big news here, a virus, theories of origin and a place for science. This is talking about the origin of coronavirus. Now both those things, whether it is a zoonotic virus or whether it is a lab made virus, both of them have not been confirmed. We know that coronavirus is 96.6% similar to the bat coronavirus that has been found in China. However, it is claimed this difference of 100% to 96.6% is too huge to be done or for mutation to take place at one go or in a short period of time. Therefore, WHO has not yet confirmed. What we need to know, it is still a virus, coronavirus. The origin, whether it is a zoonotic virus or not, that is not yet confirmed. So that is the only takeaway. Then on the left hand side, heavyweight Punjab Chief Minister. This is about Punjab crisis, what is happening there, not relevant. Trump again, the fraud charges are an opportunity for GOP to find new leadership. These are corruption charges that the New York District Attorney has filed against the Donald Trump company, that they were either escaping taxes or indulging in large-scale fraud to the exchequer. In that light, it is called that the 45th president should not be now allowed to take control of the Republican Party. So once again, political news plus update for what is happening in US. Then here, gauging pandemic mortality with civil registration data. This is about, everything that has been recently in news about the second wave is the total mortality that has happened, all right, in COVID-19, right? That there are multiple states data, that official COVID toll, excess deaths that took place, total reported deaths that took place in the particular time period, and how many could have been by COVID-19. Will we get a question about this, or what is the speculative death figure of COVID-19? Unlikely. It is claimed that whatever is India's official figures, at least 3 times is the official count of people dying because of COVID-19. That is the level of death that has happened in the second wave. For us, what becomes more important, will a national judiciary work? This is about all India judicial services, right? And that what are the constitutional articles involved. While this editorial calls into question that the all India judicial services is a no-go, all right, it claims what has been passed till now, all right, and what is the hierarchy of courts. So you need to know there is Supreme Court, then there are high courts, all right, then there are the district judges, all right. It is at this level that all India judicial services will make appointment. Any person appointment below this, which is of subordinate courts, will not be covered under all India judicial services, all right. There are 2 articles that are claimed here, that is Article 233 and Article 312, all right. This is controversial, unlikely for us to be asked. What can be asked to all of you is that which house of the parliament has the power to create a all India services. The Rajya Sabha needs to give approval first for creation of any new all India services. So let's say we want to create a new all India services for appointment of public prosecutioners, all right. So the house that needs to approve it, it is the Rajya Sabha, all right. They need to approve it first. A bill for such needs to be introduced in the Rajya Sabha first, all right. So this is a constitutional question, it is asked multiple times over the years in examinations. So that is what a takeaway from this article will be. Then on the left hand side, inadequate promises for Punjab. That what is, this is again political article. Then moving on, the timeline of the trial, all right, of Father Stan Swami from 2018 to 2020 or 2021, all right, where his medical bail and normal bail application. Now for you all, on July 7th, I have done the analysis of medical bail and bail. All right, so please note that that is something that needs to stand out in this. All right, then moving on, apart from this, Cowin made open source. All of this is not relevant for us. All right, then on international news, over 1,000 Afghan forces flee to Tajikistan. Tajikistan is a country that is on the northern side of Afghanistan. As Taliban goes on the offensive, more and more Afghan forces are abandoning it because they lack supplies. All right, then further kidnapping that have taken place in Nigeria. This is a way for Boko Haram. They haven't claimed that these kidnappings have been done by Boko Haram, but this is the terrorist organization active in Nigeria. All right, then apart from this, nothing of real note for us. All right, Britain is finally coming out of lockdown from COVID-19. That is the news here. Then apart from this, moving on, the sporting side also nothing of real note. Then here, Mary Kom, Manpreet Singh. So this is about Olympics, who will be going to be the flag bearer. There is usually a one-liner question asked, who was the flag bearer of the Indian contingent? Whenever the opening ceremony takes place, the entire contingent that participates under the country is or parades the ground. All right, so Mary Kom, who is already an Olympic medalist, and Manpreet Singh, who is the captain of the Indian hockey team, they will be co-flag bearers for Indian contingent. All right, so on the opening ceremony that takes place on July 23rd. All right, so this is the news on today's newspaper. So on that note, I'll conclude. On July 6th, what you need to note down from the newspaper: one, about who is going to be the flag bearer, then about Father Stan Swami, the UAPA, and how under UAPA, even under trials can be denied bail, all right, as long as the trial is ongoing. All right, so on that note, I'll conclude. Take care, all of you, and I'll see you tomorrow.